this video, we will explain how to access ESC telemetry values using the DMSS telemetry protocol. First step will be to connect your ESC to the computer using the USB-C cable and launch the Sproto program with the Tribunus 3 configurator. We will go to value A5 communication protocol and we can select DMSS for the telemetry port. One other important point is that we need to set the gear ratio and pole pair in the configuration tab. Otherwise, in the RPM field, it will display the electrical RPM, not the mechanical RPM. So make sure you set your gear ratio and your pole pair. I'm using a 14 pole motor, so my pole pairs is 7. And then upload. To connect the ESC to the receiver, you need a simple patch cable, which is a male-to-male servo extension. It plugs into the PC port of the ESC, and the other side plugs into the Sense port. At this point, we will need to apply battery power to do the final setup. So make sure you remove any propeller or pinion from your motor system. For the sake of this video, I will assume that your receiver is already bound to your JR remote, and we will proceed from there. Configuring the JR remote is very simple. You just scroll over to the telemetry fields, and then in these fields, we can assign any telemetry value that we want. So for ESC, the values are known as FPAC. So in this first field, I will set FPAC voltage. The values that you can get from the ESC are voltage, amp, consumption, temperature, and RPM. Also, I will set RX volt because that is my BEC voltage. You may notice though that this value FPAC-C is only showing 0. Well, this is one more thing that we need to set up. So if you click into here, you will see that capacity is set at 0, but consumption is 18 milliamp. Consumption is showing what we've used, and capacity we have to set up dependent on your battery that you have. To set capacity, we will just go to our list and scroll over to System List and click onto Telemetry. In telemetry, we can click into FPAC, and then here we can set the capacity amount. So this depends on what battery you are using. If I'm using a 5000 milliamp battery, I will scroll on up to 5000. Also set a capacity alarm, so at what milliamp it will tell me that my pack is empty. So for a normal LiPo, I will set the capacity alarm at 80%. So that I use 80% of my battery. So you see now, 80% of 5000 is 4000. So if I go back to my telemetry values, you will see now in FPAC capacity, I have, from my 5000 pack, I have 4972 remaining. When I get down to 1000 milliamp remaining, it will give me an alarm. In this telemetry setup, you can also configure other things such as the units for your temperature, also a voltage alarm, and other such values. That's everything you need to know to set up telemetry values on your Tribunus 3 ESC with DMSS telemetry. Thank you for watching.